Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 4 of my gameplay series for Might and Magic 4 and 5 World of Xeen. Today we will get ourselves through that dwarf mine, or at least I hope so. There's still a lot of ground for us to take. This place is quite deep. We got now mine 5, and today we're going to start conquering the deep mines. And there's a pile of bones which grants us direction sense for free, so everybody gets to learn that. I'm not really sure if this makes any gameplay sense, but I tend to spread those freebies on everybody because, you know, they're freebies. So accuracy and speed go on the melee guys again. Although I'm not quite sure if I'd want the accuracy and the speed rather on the spellcasters or the fighters. I find that hard to decide. Technically everybody would need that, but practically, well, I don't know. Later in the series I will compare these items, not items, the stats of my party numerically and carefully. But right now, with these low value upgrades, it doesn't matter that much. Okay. So, iron gauntlets. It's about time that we're starting to spread the better pieces of gear. So, iron gauntlets, for example. Oh, I have gauntlets on this character already. So let's hand over these back to Seamer. I like to armor up my spellcasters always first with best stuff. So, the deep mine is called Alpha. Who would have guessed? You certainly already did, but yeah. Well, let's keep going here. I always feel like a high armor value on your spellcasters is worth it, simply because they are the most vulnerable part in your team. While the fighter types, they typically can take some beating. They can handle some punishment, you know. So, I always consider it a good thing to go for that. Okay, healing up my rogue and saving the game one more time. So you cannot save too often. So let's see how much damage that was. 30 points. Yeah, well, let's heal her up one more time. I mean, spend those spell points. Oh, yeah. So, we're only getting started with poison traps here. That's all I can say about that topic. But we also got Cure Poison now on our toolbar, so take that. Feels damn good. Also, I do feel the extra levels that we've gained in the last episode in River City. It's way easier for the party to hit the enemies. And I feel like we're getting a few less blows in as well, but I don't know if that's really true or not. But either way, the accuracy of the party in the bigger picture is higher now. Okay. Lots of spiders down here. But I don't mind. These are, by now, among the easy enemies. So there's a wall to bash through. Let's save the game, because we cannot unbash the wall. Hey, our friends the tiger moles. Remember these? Yeah, sure you do. So, Seamer's energy blast is hard enough by now that... Well, let's rest. That he's almost one-shotting these beasties. That's really, really good. It's almost 1.5k. At this point of the game, this is still a lot of money. Alright, so I'm gonna head back to Vertigo one more time. Ow. Or do I? Well, why should I, actually? No, we're gonna stay. And now we can just enter Alpha. You don't have to enter Deep Mine Alpha. You can, but you don't need to. So this is now the real deal. The most dangerous parts of these mines. Alright. There we go. But it's also the way more lucrative part of these mines. But it's also the part which has extremely long winding corridors, and it's really a pain to keep the map here in a bigger view, because you see you can't zoom out here. We're back in the 90s. We can't zoom in the 90s. But I gotta say, I really like how the enemies look, and how the weapons sound, how the spells sound, until this very day. I mean, maybe I'm oh, that's a clan sergeant, and I was wondering why he survived so long. I mean, I might be struck by nostalgia. Deep Mine Theta. But, I don't know. I feel like many games out of this era aged surprisingly well. Quite happy that we have DOSBox and other tools nowadays. Let's save the game one more time. Can't save too often. Yeah, we're packing in quite some nice loot. Alright. It's looking quite good. The basic pack of dwarves is no match for my party anymore. That's pretty good. I like it when you can start farming those baddies. Wow. Just like these tiger molds. These extra levels, they really pay off. So I bet this box is also full of tiger molds, no? Okay. Almost disappointed. Okay. So far, so good. Let's rest up real quick. I don't want to risk anybody's armor breaking because I got greedy. Okay. Couple of spiders. Nothing to worry about. Oh yeah. So much money. It's gonna get us some nice spells for Seamer going later down the road. Hey, I've been expecting you, my friends. So, I'm not gonna waste my frostbite spells on these. Well, I almost feel as if I don't need these items anymore. We're hitting these quite reliably by now. It's good, it's good. Ow. Ugh. Now I got too greedy. But luckily Seamer wasn't going below -10. I mean, it's not as if he'd be heavily armored or anything to begin with. Spiders? Spiders. Molds? Molds. Yeah. Let's keep casting a couple of energy blasts. That's okay. There we go. That went down super good. Quite a relief to me. Molds? No molds. I find it quite ironic how little value those crates have in this dungeon. You basically wouldn't miss too much if you'd be just skipping them altogether. You'll be mostly missing a lot of tiger molds and unenchanted gear. Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Nice. Oh yeah, this is such a nice amount of money. That's just the first of those deep mines. We're now digging in deep. So, 19 grand in our pocket and food for 18 days. Let's keep raiding. So...
Where to?
I'm surprised that there is no beta, but, well, whatever. It's data, then. Okay. Hey! Poison! I don't care anymore. Oh, that's a clan sergeant again. Let's give this fine gentleman an energy blast too. Kappa. So. I'll be bashing through that wall first. Quite glad that we find so many gemstones here. Doesn't matter that I have to get through a poisoning on my people. Okay, yeah. This place is way more labyrinthine than the previous mines. The mines 1 to 5 are way more, well, cavernous. You have way more open areas and such. Like, for example, this is just a long winding tunnel system to begin with. So here we are back at the beginning. So I'm gonna take that path first. Technically, you could also now just go to Kappa and skip the rest of this mine altogether, but I think you would be missing out on, for one, a lot of XP, and especially a lot of gold veins. I mean, it might be not that much gold in the bigger picture, because we're going into the millions at some point, but it is still your starting money, you know. The campaign gets funded in the Dwarven mines. So, there we go. Damn. Just a spooder nest. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of like speedrunning this place because I finally want to get out of these dark, musty caves. As much as I like this part of the story, it is just one of those parts of the story where I'm really just freaking glad once I'm past it. This place has a few too many levels for my personal taste. Wow, but I'm so glad that the combat part is right now quite good. Oh yeah. For some odd reason, I'm happy whenever somebody gets poisoned, because these poisonous rubble piles, they are the ones with gemstones. Your suffering pays out, my friends. Okay. Oh man, this place has so many winding corridors. Yay, more gemstone. This connects back to that. And they're all somewhat, you know, connected to each other. But I think this was either the last one or almost the last one. Here. No. Here. Yes, that one. The one with the molds. So let's switch back to Cure Wounds. Don't feel happy with Zippo's HP. Alright, let's sleep some. Oh yeah. This is one of the big veins, which yields the maximum amount of gold. You won't be finding bigger ones in the Dwarven mines. So that's our payoff for this adventure. And let's move over to Kappa. The good part is I'm feeling a lot faster than before, because the fights are much faster done. So let's save here. Oh, horn. What kind of horn? Elemental protection. Well, okay. Usually I receive that via Day of Protection later, so I think we're going to sell that item just like that. Oh! Must have been the end of one day. That's what happens in Might and Magic. If one day ends, your spells go out. And then you need to recast them. It's also the point where people die if their attributes have hit 0. Spells end, as well as lives do. Perfect. So, cure poison. There we go. So, I'm quite happy that it's not the place with the many gas traps yet. I think it was Deep Mine, the last Deep Mine that had way too many gas traps. So many to the point that I actually wanted to have jump for that pod. Okay. So I want to go for that place first. I love enemies like these dwarves which drop gems. Gems are one currency that I find extremely important and valuable. Entire squad of sergeants. We're taking good care of them. Nice. That went down well. Deep Mine Omega. So we're finally at the bottom of this. Because as the name implies, it's going to be the last mine. But it's also going to be the most dangerous one of them. So we're going to take a pit stop at Vertigo probably, before I go down there. Depending on how many people can train in my party. Because level ups, they always help. Oh, sheesh. Handful of spiders. And a poison ranger. Yeah, talk about enemy density. There we go. I'm not gonna be curing that poisoning right away because we don't have to. I'd rather keep Badger now open for rubble pile duty. There we go. You see? Somebody has to take that duty as well. Nice. I love all these piles of gold coming together here. Let's see how much interest we can generate in this game this time. Because I do remember vividly that in the late game I always had the problem that my people were not able to get as much money together as they could gain levels. So let's see if I can get rid of that problem this run. Let's see about that. Chances are good that we're going to get into... Oh yeah. We're going to get through the entirety of this place in this run. Session. Alright. So I just decided that I'm definitely gonna finish Deep Mine Omega in this session. Even if this episode will run a little bit longer. Pretty sure you folks will understand. By the way, thanks for hanging out here. I really appreciate having you. This is one of my childhood memories, if you want to say so. This game, this is really close to my heart and very dear to me. So, if you want to give it a try, it's really awesome and amazing. I don't know how many times I have picked it up until this very day, but one really interesting fact about it, it's always fun whenever I play it. I have a jolly good round of fun with it. Until I reach the parts which are super tedious, but this time I'm gonna go with you, my friends, through the tedium one more time. So, let's check out one thing before we teleport anywhere. Is this party eligible for level ups? Zippo is, but Zippo can always level up, so no. That's not worth it. We can go for Omega. This place, though, is... this place stinks. Okay. You're gonna see in a minute why I say that. I'm already happy when I'm done with it, basically. Alright. Oh! Light was switched off. But seeing how we're shredding apart these tiger molds is giving me a good feeling. But on the other hand, by the way, this deep mine here is rich with gold. Check this out, we're almost at 50 grand. That's a nice amount. Okay. So spiders are not an enemy anymore. They are just harmless at this point, which is really relieving. We're going to see our first real boss fight this time too, by the way. So really gotta be saving a lot, because like boss fights usually are, this one is also not really an easy one. Later down the road we will have a lot of boss fights which feel just like a flat-out joke to us, because we're over-leveled and overpowered and whatnot, but here we're certainly not yet. Okay. But all that money that we're grinding up here, that will help a lot. That will help so much, especially in generating interest for us. You see, these are really, really nasty spots. And you have a couple of these, as you see there. Seamer is at -5. So here is why I have packed up Jump. We fail at casting that, okay. Gotta save the game here. Let's rest once more. Obviously, nobody wants me to use Jump here. Okay, so as you see, this is what I meant with this place stinks. Tons of secret walls with lots of these terrible, terrible traps, and it's gonna be a nightmare to explore the entirety of this place later. Okay. Another sergeant. And you might have already guessed that these dwarves, they also have a leader somewhere down here. And that's exactly the boss fight I'm anticipating. You will notice him once you see him. Pretty sure, yep, that's... I guess you might already know which one's the king. So, this fight is a little bit nasty, because this guy can actually disable my entire party. As you see here, you heard that kerblam noise. He has a sleep spell. So, he's also accompanied by clan sergeants, so he's quite a nasty little bugger. So we're going to fire on with energy blasts for now. And I think, yeah, well, we're going to keep whacking here. So I think I had Waken also on Badger. And this is why I find it invaluable to have these spells on as many people as possible. This is so dangerous if people like this guy here get to fire away at your party with lots of people disabled and not getting any actions anymore. Here we sacrifice one of our actions, but all our fighters get another swing this turn. There we go, at the first attempt. Nice. So, would have been not possible without the help of all these awaken spells? Certainly not. But that's what we have that spell for, right? So, 1.5k. And a couple of items which are potentially... Oh, yeah. The silver battle axe. So, you see, this game has kind of like a coding for power of items. The more valuable the material, the more powerful the item. Up until obsidian, which is for some very odd reason the most powerful material in the entire game. I don't get it, doesn't make sense, but it's even more powerful than any diamond item or whatever. So, altogether, silver is mid-tier. It's nothing special, but it's nothing shabby either. Most importantly, these items, they have a to-hit bonus due to the material that they are made out of. This is the real interesting part about them. So, oh boy, we'll have to walk through a couple of poison traps now, which we can't skip with jump spells. This is where I needed to go. Another trap. Let's rest up one more time. But we done it. The Dwarven mines are now technically behind us. I mean, I haven't explored the entirety of the place yet, but there's not that much more here in terms of attractions. We will see a couple of extra gold veins here, but not much more. That's that part. I'm finally through with it. I mean, I like this part, don't get me wrong. These mines are, for me, a very nostalgic place for one. And for another thing, I find they are a very well-crafted dungeon insofar as they give you a nice mixture of threats and dangers, and there's a little bit of everything in it. I really like this place. Goodbye. It was a good, jolly time with you. And the local dwarves are happy now with us. I'll have a sip of coffee to celebrate the moment.
Badge of courage. Congratulations.
Alright, so I did it, and even within the boundaries of this episode. 50,000 experience is also a nice chunk that will get us somewhere.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
But not too much.
Good job.
Let's not go too crazy about that. Here we go. So, let's sell our gear for today and set some goals for the next episode. I already know that I want to go next time. Oh no, that's steel splint mail. Silly me. I need to be more careful with selling stuff here. Next episode we're going to go for the remaining things in River City. That lapis flail. I think this is a weapon my cleric can use. So we can identify items. So that thing is 3 to 12 damage. Let's compare that. It's it's absolutely better than what we got here. So that's gonna be my cleric's weapon soon. So bronze items are factually worse than their normal items, as brass is. Electric, all these elemental thingies, they only give you a elemental resistance bonus, but apart from that, they have the stats like a unenchanted piece of gear, and very soon they will be way too weak for our needs. So here in the accessory department, yeah, +3 intelligence. It's not really interesting. Mugger ring. These are, as a matter of fact, quite interesting because they increase thievery, and stuff like these silver rings, they are entirely cosmetic. So, Pyrex Scarab. You could technically also increase the character's elemental resistance to quite a lot with that, but practically I almost never use it. Okay, so let's head back to River City and have a shopping spree. As much as I want to lay my put my money into the bank and let it generate interest for me. Damn.
Where to?
When I need still spells, I'm not gonna do that. So, let's head on over to the... No, actually. We need to enlist ourselves first. Silly old me. So, where was that person enlisting people again?
I can teach you how to swim.
So you were the swimming person?
I can give ye.
So, well... No. We're going to pick up here the climbing, the mountaineer. Because, you know, you cannot start too early with that. Here. There's the guild master. And let's... You were the guild lady here. And navigation. Mountain climbing, navigation, and all these things, only 2 people in your party need to have that skill to effectively cross any of these tiles. Like, climbing allows us now to cross mountain tiles, which is a really nice advantage, and yeah. So, Day of Sorcery is the accompanying spell for Day of Protection, and with that, we're totally prepared. So... Fantastic Frost is one of those spells that are only interesting for a while, because it doesn't scale with my character's level. Well, I don't know if Finger of Death is such a good spell, but Lloyd's Beacon most certainly is. Levitate is something that we're going to pick up for the time being now too, and Time Distortion. This is just such a good spell. It teleports you away from the scene of danger. So I'm gonna pick up Fiery Flail and Cure Paralysis. Frostbite, no, Power Heal. Frostbite is another single target damage. Fiery Flail, I skipped it a little bit quickly here. Give me a sec, turn undead. Very important to have that on both of these. Power Cure. So here, Fiery Flail might be a not scaling spell, but 100 points of damage are actually quite a lot, and the interesting part about it is it's guaranteed damage. Lloyd's Beacon will go on Badger as well, but I'll just pick up Cure Poison, and that's that. So I'll leave it at this point until next episode. I thank you for watching. We're going to continue through River City next time, and I hope you enjoyed the show. See you all on the next occasion. Leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to this wonderful little channel. And yet again, thanks for being around, and also thanks for all the support from the supporting people. And if you want to find out more, or you want to support the channel yourself, there's links in the description box to PayPal, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee. These are the best ways and means to support this channel. So have a nice day, everybody, and see you next time, I hope. Goodbye.